Hello, what I want to talk about today is how you envision your life in the future. So, one tool we can use when committed to making a change in our life, making a change in the outcomes of our activities, is to imagine it, envision it. But it's more than that. It's really, you must feel it. So the instructions are quite specific, although you can be as creative as you want, or you don't have to be creative if that's not something you feel comfortable with. You are welcome to make a picture of this. You can get magazines and cut things out and make a traditional sort of vision board. You can just write. Another thing you can do if you don't feel like you're very creative is create a calendar, and on that calendar put some dates or activities or things that are happening in your future life. These are ways that you are uh, making decisions, in a sense, right? You're making decisions about your future self. And when we make decisions in the present about something that may happen. Now, sometimes that thing that may happen is immediately after we make the decision. We walk out of our front door, we decide to go left or right, right? Sometimes we don't even think about it because we know our car is to the left, so we walk to the left. But there's a decision that happens, and that's something that happens right away. Uh, Sometimes the decisions we make are a week, a month, a year, 6 years out. And those are the decisions that we feel less confident about, right? Because there's many things that can happen to interfere with our plan. Other people, activities, global events, things in the world that might disrupt what we're trying to accomplish. But you're never going to accomplish something if you don't decide about it. So first you must decide, what does your life look like? And that's kind of this particular exercise. Um, what I want you to do is, no matter how you're doing it, whether you're making a picture, you're making a collage, you're writing on a calendar, or you're just writing a story, you're going to start with a date. And the date is going to be in the future. So you can be very specific about this date. I would suggest the more specific you are, the better. If you're writing something, describe what's happening, describe the feeling. What's the smell of the grass? What's happening? So let's just go through a scenario. So imagine that I want to have a house in the French countryside, and I want this to happen within 5 years. So I might write on the top of the page on, let's see, let me get the date right first. So it's 2026. So let me say on April 5th, 2031, and then I go, what's that day like? So I wake up, what do I see? What do I smell? What do I feel? And go through the details of those things and be, again, as detailed as possible and engage all the senses. Do I feel calm? Do I feel happy? Do I feel uh, uh, sort of like I've reached my goal? Do I feel like I've accomplished what I want? What am I seeing? What are the colors? What are the shapes? What is around me? And again, be specific. What does that room look like? What does that house look like? Is something baking in the oven? Do you smell coffee because it's morning time? Is a partner that has yet to exist in the kitchen making coffee? Like, these are the things that you need to be really specific about when envisioning your future. And the reason is that when you walk out of your house and go to your car, you don't think of all those things, right? Because they exist. They are present. So you have to make the things you want present in your mind so that it does become sort of automatic, and then life just leads you there. So it's not magic, it's not like poof, it's going to happen. But I think if you never decide, and that's the challenge for many of us, is we never decide what we want. So decide what you want. Make it big. If you get halfway there, isn't that a success? If you say you want $20 million in the future and you end up with 10, I don't feel that bad for you. It's okay. So make it a big decision, make it a big moment for yourself, and then feel and live that. So if you're, using a collage sort of tool, You're going to clip things out of magazines. You're going to find pictures on the internet, print them out, put them on a collage, put them up there. Remember the date. You've got to put the date on there. This is the date, whatever time in the future. 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, whatever. Don't make it next week, right? Give yourself time. So put that date on there. If you're writing a letter, you know, this is happening today. This is today. Not that it's out there. That today is April 4th, 2031, and this is what's happening. Write it as if you're writing a diary, as if you're reflecting on something that happened and you're writing it contemporary, you know, in the future. So that sort of, those two aspects. If you want to make a picture, if you want to write, let's say you take the calendar aspect. So print out a calendar. Maybe you want to do 1 day, maybe you want to do 1 month, maybe you want to do a few months, and put some appointments on there. So if your goal is to, you know, have a child, or your goal is to be in a relationship, or your goal is to have money, your goal is to do these different things, write some appointments that have to do with those, right? So I might say, oh, I need to have the chimney inspected on the house in France on this day, right? So you're putting it out there into the future, and then we'll see what pieces will come into place that will get you there. Now again, this is not, you know, like you snap your fingers and it will happen, but if you've decided that that's what my life is like. Now, so we complete this, right? We complete this step. Now the next step is to put this in a place where you will see it regularly, reflect back on it, read it. You know, you might want to read it every day. If what you've done is written a story, you know, a little 1-page story, maybe you want to read this every day. Maybe if it's a picture, you put it, you know, up in your bathroom, or, you know, where you get dressed, where you're going to see it every day on the refrigerator, something like this. And then when you look at it, or you read it, or you review it, I want you to feel those feelings. So let's say your life right now is very chaotic, and money is a problem, and relationships are a problem, and you don't feel stability, you don't feel valued, you don't feel like life has gone the way you want it to go. We're just imagining. In your future self, you're going to imagine all of those things have been handled. You're going to feel that feeling of calm, that feeling of money is not a problem for me, relationships are not a problem for me, I feel content. And I want you to feel those feelings. That's the key to this. It's not just about thinking about it, it's about feeling it. And I think that's the thing you then, once you've created this tool for yourself, and that's what this is. This isn't an assignment to, you know, make an art project. This isn't, you know, 3rd grade. This is to create a tool for yourself. Now, as you develop and as the months and years pass, that picture may change, and you can update it. You don't have to, but you can. Maybe along the way you realize, I want to now go in this direction. But right there, that's also a success, because remember, we started off having made no decisions and not knowing what we want. And our goal in the end is to make decisions and know what we want. So use the tool you want, and this is your assignment, you know, for the next week or 2, depending on how long it takes you, and then we'll talk about it. This isn't something you have to show me. This isn't something that is for my eyes. It's not. This is for you. This is for your eyes, but more than your eyes, it's for your mind and for your heart to be able to reflect on those decisions that you've made. This is about making decisions. Great. Good luck.